It's beginning to look a lot like an RCS Live. How's it going? As always, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time for another RCS Live. As always, I'm Nate Mumford, Director of Sales Engineering here with RCS. And we thought we'd do for this week a 2022 year in review for you because the holidays are approaching and we thought we were going to take off the month of December. We'll be back over in January with a full archive and library of all these great RCS tips and tricks. If you know what the purpose of these RCS Lives, it's because how do you know how to do something if no one told you it existed in the first place? That's the purpose of these RCS Lives. A chance for you to go and ask your questions, get some tips and tricks, perhaps maybe reach out to the correct contact, whoever that may be. And, we have a full list of our archive as well. So I thought for today, we do have the chat open over here. And we got to just review some great ways for you can kind of go and look at some of our highlights in our videos, all these great resources you have for all of our RCS products, be it Zeta, G Selector, Acquira, Revma, RCS News, and more as well. So I have this URL right here. I put up a couple of my favorite ones recently over here. But, we have a full archive over at rcsworks.com/RCS-live. Go to review some of these for you. And I thought just for throwing it out there, some of my favorite videos we've done over this past year. If there's certain topics you're interested in about, you can always email us at live, L-I-V-E, live at rcsworks.com. And we can get in touch with you. And again, I'm always here as well. My email is nmumford@rcsworks.com. That's like Mumford & Sons. And you can reach out. We'll put you in touch. We have a lot of great comments every single week as well. And as you know, we're live on, Facebook, Twitter Live for now, YouTube, and Twitch as well. Come little housekeeping to get out of the way. Don't forget to check out your backups, data exchanges, all that good stuff. Always looking for beta testers as well. We just released officially G Selector 5.1. That is out in the world. You can get it right now. We also have, I think it's Zeta 522.1 is also available as well. I believe we're on I think it was supposed to be today, tomorrow, something like that to be released, but it's right on the cusp of being released as well. And as I said, just go find a reminder for the holidays. A little quiet right now. Double check those backups. Make sure the backup path is working. Make sure you have your backups there. The reason I keep harping on this is because we have a lot of users that have unique backup paths, right? Or a Windows executable that takes a backup and duplicates it a couple different locations. And, it always happens. Something gets moved or changed. I've seen a lot of users that have, oddly enough, still a USB for their backup, and they unplug it and plug it back in, and all of a sudden that drive changes, stuff like that. So there's your friendly reminder. Check those backup paths as well. Always looking for beta users as well. And don't forget to, if you want to showcase you and your station, you can email marketing@rcsworks.com. Be part of our hashtag Studio Spotlight. That's on our social media pages and all of that good stuff as well. So I thought for a year in review for 2022, let's kind of recap some of the great videos we've done so far this year, so you can kind of get an idea of, some great tips. So if you're, quiet around the holidays, you might be able to chance to go and read some of these and say, oh, that's what that does. I had no idea. That's the whole purpose of that as well, too. So, and as I said, I have my chat open here in case you wanted to reach out. So the first thing is going to be is how do we navigate some of these pages and what do we do with these RCS Lives if you're unfamiliar with them, right? So the first thing is we have this archive, rcsworks.com/RCS-live. This is our full archive page. In addition to that, we also have the blog here as well. So if you click on the blog at rcsworks.com, this is our brand new rcsworks.com website, which is super, super fancy. So kudos to the marketing team and Corey and all of them for making this look just beautiful. You can see here, we have some of the videos with a read more option. Every video we do a written blog on top of it. So for example, speaking of beta users, I grabbed this wrong one here. This is the one I want. New features here. So speaking of, new users, right? We have, new features, I should say. This is the write-up we did for the Zeta 522.1 new features. We have the full video here, and we have a breakdown of this actual video. The purpose of this written form here is to save you some time. Maybe this is a video that pertains to you. Maybe it doesn't. I just want to make sure that you have the option, right? That's the idea here. So you have the option to view some of these videos if you wanted to and say, okay, well, yes, this right here is what I want. I'm going to watch that video, right? And just so you know, typically I do in order. So in case there's a certain section you can see, I try to make them kind of at least a little helpful in their order in there too. But you go to the archive itself. What you want to do too, by the way, there is a feature here. So if you go to, let's say, the search, if you open up one of these videos and do a search here, it's always helpful to go here. And let's see, I'll just go pick one randomly here. We'll do, RCS Live Revma Streaming Solutions, right? Go over here to the search bar, paste it in, search that there. It should be one of the very first videos that pops up. Of course, I picked that first one here. We're just fixing some of those video titles up there. But you can see, I'll do that, Streaming Solutions. There's that RCS Live right there. So read more, boom, there's that video. You can see and talk about that as well, right? So again, if you're curious about one of these videos, you can always copy and paste the title in there. It's going to be part of there. So let's just quickly review some of these great videos we've done in the past and they might pertain to you. So, we just did a bunch of, thematic, customizations for both Zeta and G Selector, the custom asset types, changing themes in there too. Working ahead for the holidays. There's always great videos here for the holidays. So I know we're obviously right now a little probably late to the game for the holiday season, but just so you know, coming for the summer and for next winter, we do have a lot of great resources for holiday programming, both on the Zeta side and on the G Selector side for thematic weekends or all that good stuff. If you haven't done your year-end countdown yet, there's some videos in here for year-end countdowns, working ahead with Zeta's mini logs and shows, as well as some themed weekends in G Selector. They're here as well. If you have RCS Cloud, this is a great video right here. I sent them to all of my RCS Cloud clients. This is essentially a quick video because it's disaster recovery. So obviously we're not going disaster recovery mode all the time. This is just a helpful guide and video how to activate your RCS Cloud sequencer when there is disaster. So whatever reason, let's just say it's like 10 o'clock at night, you know how to go in there, activate it, and you're good to go. This is a great video here, Zeta topography and configuration. I saved this one link right over here. This is with me and Jeff Ziegler, and Jeff is the man. I love Jeff. His knowledge is fantastic, and him and I talk about the really vocabulary of Zeta and how you build it out and how you have essentially, your file server versus a sequencer machine versus control room and on air and all of that. So a really great video there to check out as well. And then from there, just be aware that we have tons of videos on all of our new features. So G Selector 5.1 new features, Zeta 522.1 new features. There's even a Zeta 521.2 new feature video as well. So if you're curious about, let's just say you're on an older version, you're looking to get an upgrade, and maybe you'd kind of do an upgrade once a year and you missed the in-between build, go through the archive and check out Martin Blazik, our Zeta product manager, is usually on these outlining some of the great features in these videos. And again, there's nothing better than visually seeing it right in front of your eyes. Oh, that's what that does. Stuff like that. We have constructing inquiry clocks for sporting events that are in there. Just a lot of great, we break down Zeta modules in here. And there's also some great G Selector scheduling techniques. So if you're a program director or a music director and you're curious about implementing some great rotations, there's some great videos on here. I'm a big believer, by the way, in identifying things in G Selector. Remember, G Selector will only do what you tell it to do. So if you tell it, let's say, for example, I want to do this, you can do that, versus a don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Some really, really cool features in there too. If you're curious about any of these videos, by the way, you can reach out to me. As I said, our email is live@rcsworks.com, or it's email me directly, nmumford@rcsworks.com. They're both going to me anyway. So Let's see here, just kind of old ones. Let's scroll down a little bit here. So there's that 521.2 new features with Martin Blazik. That's in there. We got videos on the RCS Academy. We're breaking down each individual module in Zeta as well. And we even have an RCS Live in Spanish too. So if you're Spanish speaking and you want to know some of the outlines of Zeta, we do have some videos for you there as well. And just some really great ways to customize this, outline these videos. As you can see, it's a very, very extensive catalog over here. And if you have any questions on a particular video, you can reach out to me. I'll point you right direction as well. But there's some great ones in here. There's interviews here. Of course, you want to go back in time, you can see some old videos of Barry Hill and talk about that as well. So again, great resource here. It's the archive, rcsworks.com/RCS-live. I picked some highlights here. So again, the Zeta 522.1, enabling RCS cloud disaster recovery sequencers, the topography and configuration with Jeff Ziegler. This is a great one here too, especially now with a lot of radio workflows where it's going. Having essentially S3 scheduled subscription service. The idea is that I can have essentially one master music log sends across to everybody. You can do that. There's also some great ones here for priority list scheduling tips, how you want to identify transitions inside of G Selector. That's here. And of course, great scheduling tips with the pros, like with John Bonneau, our G Selector product manager, is always on us talking about his great takes on scheduling, which I love picking his brain because he's got a lot of great techniques that me personally, as a programmer, I never thought to think of. Right, I'm very much in my own lane. We always are as programmers, and to have a second perspective, it's really, really important. So I'll have him on in the new year as well, talking about some stuff. And if you're voice tracking, this is a huge video, maximizing Zeta voice tracking in 2022, talking about voice tracking inside of Zeta, working smarter, not harder, multi-site voice tracking, Zeta to go voice tracking, and Zeta cloud voice tracking. That's a great resource for you too, if you want to check that out, maximizing Zeta voice tracking in 2022. And as I said, we're live everywhere. So we have a YouTube page, all of our videos. You can see here, these are all our videos on the YouTube section. Same exact ones on Facebook as they are over on Twitch and Twitter Live there too, right? So again, we thought for the last, RCS Live of the year, we thought we'd showcase some of our highlights here. And as we said, we're also going to be on the road as well for 2023. Of course, we have NAB. We're going to have, I saw that, what was it? The Conclave is back. I think we're going to be at Conclave. As well as other great events as well. So we have a lot of really exciting things to feature on the road. So check out for that. If you're planning on being at any of these conferences, reach out to us because we have some exciting things going on. Just resources for you, right? Knowledge is power. So our goal is to empower you with our products. Understand that, hey, I want to do this because we know we can do it. We want you to know that as well. So reach out. Any way we can help, let us know. I know we have CRS, I believe, is kicking off, usually the conference circuit. And then we have NAB. There's NAB New York. There, as I said, the Conclave, on a couple others in between that I'm missing too. International. That I'm saying these because I'm just here in the US and the States, but there's also international ones as well. So anything we can do to help out, we are here. That's the purpose of RCS Live in the archive. So as I said, last call for any questions here in case you want to kind of live on the site. Any questions for G Selector or Zeta or whatever product you want to do. But again, highlighting 2022 year in review. This is going to be your friend, rcsworks.com/RCS-live. Check out these independent titles. You can search for them or go to the blog section. Each one of the videos has their own breakdown, as you can see with a little blog post there with a breakdown of all the videos and what we're talking about there. So great resources for you. That's what I want to do, is give you resources to empower you to go. And as I said, how do you know how to do something if no one told you it existed in the first place? Right? Makes sense? Cool. All right. Hey, listen, I'm out for the rest of the year. I will catch you one of the first weeks in January for a brand new season of RCS Live. Thank you so much for a phenomenal 2022. I can't wait to talk about more great tips and tricks after January. So thank you very much. Have a happy and safe holiday for you and your family. And I'll see you when I see you next time. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.